Morning everybody, Eric Knight with Orenda here, and as promised, I've got a GoPro sitting there on the shelf, and I'm gonna put muriatic acid with food coloring in to show exactly why we don't wanna call and pour acid. It's a big habit in this industry to just throw a bunch of acid in the pool, and yes, you wanna measure it, but you also wanna dilute it, and here's why. Let me show you. Guys, if you are call and pouring your acid, that's what it's doing. What do you suppose the pH is down there? What do you suppose the LSI is down there? Look at that thing go. Wow. Not good. There's the main drain. So I've mixed my food coloring in with the muriatic acid. I'm gonna do half a quart this time. Interesting. Now we know that a return inlet is going to push things. Let's see if it still sinks. Sure looks like it does. Now it's blown all the way over here. Wow. All against this wall. So all of that effort comes this way. Now, instead of column pouring and reaching the bottom, it seems like it has reached the bottom, but also blown against the wall, so it would depend on how it circulates for you. Look at that. It's pretty amazing. So as you can see, the jets definitely move the acid, but the acid has not reached the returns. It has not reached the main drains. It's actually just sitting there stagnant in these spots around the pool. So it moved around initially, but then it just kind of settles in these little eddies that you can have. The question then becomes, is it acceptable to put muriatic acid in front of the return inlet instead of diluting? And I would say, based on this, no, I wouldn't do it. I don't think this is nearly diluted enough. And in the next video, I'm going to actually dilute muriatic acid to show you what it's supposed to look like. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dip it in the pool to dilute it before I actually put it into the pool. Let's get it diluted, shall we? All right, now we have it much more diluted. And here we go. Okay, still sinks, but it's sinking rather slowly. So I think this is good. This is a good sign. Now I'm gonna pour it around the perimeter, which is what we're supposed to do. So I'm gonna dilute this a little bit more because this is not quite as much as I would want. The more dilution, the better. Here we go. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the acid to slowly matriculate through the water and neutralize alkalinity before it hits the floor. That way, when it does hit the floor, or at least the dye will, it's not acid anymore. It's completely neutralized. It still hasn't hit the floor. That's pretty amazing. It still has not hit the floor. I like it. I like it a lot. to recap, the reason you dilute is not to change the dose of acid, it's to change the density of the acid. Muriatic acid is about 18% denser than water, which means it goes straight to the bottom, as you saw in the previous video. Now I've diluted it, not quite as much as I would like to normally, but I did it, with dye so you could see it. It still has not hit the floor, and it's been several minutes since we filmed the pour. That should tell you something, because the entire reason that we want to dilute acid is to slow down how fast that acid matriculates through the water so that it neutralizes alkalinity in the water, so that by the time it gets to the floor, it's not acid anymore and it's not going to hurt your pool surface. That's the whole reason we do this, and I'm happy to destroy my pool so that you can see it with your own eyes. So anyway, I'm Eric Knight with Orenda. Hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this helps. Thanks.